No matter what kind of project you have around the shop, if you're looking for some tips and some help, it's time for Sam's Garage, presented by ARP, with Master Mechanic Sam Namola.
Hey, welcome to Sam's Garage. Got a lot on tap for you today. Got a little 67 C10 here. It's a long bed. Had a amateur restoration, little mistakes. We're gonna take the bed off it. And if you've ever taken a bed off a pickup truck, not really easy for one guy. You need a bunch of help, shop crane or something like that, but I found a better way to do it. We got the Lift King here. My buddy Russ Parks has brought this thing to show me how it works. So who makes this thing?
Proline Tool and Supply, Sam.
Okay.
Made in Michigan. And there's other attachments, hood attachment, door attachment, semi-hood attachment, anything that one tool, one operator, that's what it's made for.
That's awesome. I have seen them taking the nose off a semi. Let's set it up and show them how it works.
Okay. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna fold these legs down. Now it takes up 3 square feet of space when it's folded up.
Great. So nice short footprint. Save that valuable shop space.
Gonna pull the pins out, fold the legs down. You're gonna lift up a little bit.
Yep.
Your center casters are now off the ground.
Yep. Just like a shop crane.
Now once you do that, you're just gonna crank this up a little bit to get the turnbuckle, to get the T-bar clear. Take your turnbuckle and you set it up in there.
Oh, that was pretty slick.
Now you got what they call the D-bar, which also hooks to your bed hinges. Put that in there.
Amazingly compact. That's great. All right.
Now you lower it down and you're ready to go.
All right, so our next move is to
roll it in this. You want to stay in the center of the bed and you're just going to roll it straight in there. Sam, let's first extend this boom.
All right.
And we're just going to adjust it kind of where we think it might go.
Okay.
And then we'll adjust a little more when we throw it up in there.
And then we slide this guy forward.
Right, and we want to slide it. Now you want to make sure your center, you just
right.
look straight down your boom in the center.
Oh, I don't have great eyesight, so I'm gonna let you do that.
We're going to lower it down just a little bit.
I see, this goes right into where the tailgate pivots on the bottom hinge. That's neat. Slide these out. Gotta come down just a little bit more. There we go. And tighten these up.
Yes, sir.
Now there's straps on here. I'm assuming these straps you could wrap around that rear header if you had it.
Correct. If you didn't have the tailgate hinge, you can use this to lift up from the rear header.
Okay.
Now we're going to go ahead and, if you can help me, we'll slide it out just a little bit. We want to go from the...
Here we go.
Yeah, we want to go from the... You want to go from about the front of the wheel well to in the center of the wheel well and the front of the pickup bed.
Cool. And then this comes out. Is it underneath there? You good? Good. Great. Then what do we do?
Now what we're going to do, Sam, is we're going to take the turnbuckle.
All right.
I'm going to lift this up. We're caught a little bit on your side there, Sam.
Oh, go ahead.
There we go.
All right. Now wait, when you start lifting, if you lift it, you're going to get into the back of the cab, aren't you?
Right, that's what we've got the turnbuckle for, Sam. We want to lift it up about 2 or 3 inches away from the cab. So when you crank the back of it up, it levels it off and it comes off.
Okay. I got all the bolts out. That makes it real easy. One man. Look at that. Let's lift it up. And we got plenty of clearance at the cab here. We're not hurting anything. That's awesome. Look at that. So if you had a pickup truck that had a late model fuel injection with a pump in the tank, you know, you could get at it right here. That's really easy to take the fuel. And this has got a lot more bolts than the new trucks, you know.
Right.
And of course you can work on this. You got an attachment that does other things, right?
We have a tilt boom attachment that goes on the top and it'll tilt it straight up and down so you can weld or do whatever, rhino line up underneath your beds, whatever you want to do.
That's great. It's a great way to go. You can store things on it. It's not hydraulic, and it's got a nice winch. And that winch is...
1,600-pound brake, so no matter where it stops, it automatically brakes at 1,600 pounds.
It's a great way to go. It's an awesome way to take beds off of pickup trucks. If you got a body shop, if you're doing restorations, if you got a big truck shop, got an attachment to take the whole nose off an 18-wheeler or a Class 8 truck.
Correct.
Great way to go. One guy.
One tool, one operator. That's it.
That's great. All right, let's put it back on.
Okay.
All right, well, let's put this thing back on and see how easy it is to set it back on. We're going to take a break. Stick around. We've got a lot more coming here at Sam's Garage.
Sam's Garage, presented by ARP, is brought to you by 3M. For more information on 3M products, go to 3mcollision.com. Hypertech, the leader in high-performance engine tuning products. LMC Truck, restore, maintain, customize parts and accessories for Chevy, GMC, Ford, and Dodge trucks and SUVs. By ARP, the world leader in fastener technology.
How's that? You lay it out on the floor, you plug it in just a few minutes it's up. This is the showcase by Car Capsule, and this is my buddy Phil Pataki from Car Capsule. This is really a neat product, isn't it?
Thank you very much. This is our third year on the market with it, and we've improved it a lot, and it's really going well for us.
Yeah, I've seen some big improvements. I really like the LED lights. That's really neat.
Yeah, that was added, again, through feedback from our dealers and customers, and it's a 44-function remote, changes every color of the rainbow, strobes, whatever you want it to do.
Great, we'll play with it. Let's see the heart of this thing.
Okay.
It plugs in at 110.
Yep.
So you don't need anything special. You want to put your collector car in here, your daily driver, your hot rod, but you can go in and out every day.
Yeah, the great thing about it is, we filled it up with this hose, and then we brought the pump inside, and you see our pump here, it has this valve, and this is a check valve. And this valve is measuring all the time with this little hose back to the pressure switch underneath this box.
Okay.
So it senses a quarter PSI of air drop and automatically turns on. So cold or hot is going to change the volume, constriction. We need to add air to it. And if it was a small hole, like anything with air, you got to air back to it. So that's what takes care of it. And our friends in good old USA and Ohio do all the engineering work on this for us with the pressure switch and the valve.
Okay, tell me about the little fan and filter here.
Well, our fan, this is what brings in whatever God's given us. We don't care if it's hot, cold, or humid air. Continuous airflow, science says, won't allow condensation to form. So as long as we're changing the air volume, this whole mask gets changed 4 to 5 times every hour. And once you see when it pressurizes, you'll see what I mean. So we blow it, take it through. There's a filter on the outside that keeps out the dust and the dirt. And if you eliminate condensation, you've got no mold, no mildew, no rust, no corrosion. And no matter what conditions you're in, that's the way it's going to come out, the way you put it in.
That's great. And you also got a nice vapor barrier here against the ground that also separates your tires from the concrete so you don't get rotted tires. So tell me, how much does it take to run this, you got it plugged in for the month?
Well, this fan, the great thing about it is it's 12 volts.
So
we're working off a 110 12 volt step-down transformer. It's about $1.50 a month.
Ooh,
it's negligible.
$1.50 a month.
It's negligible.
More than that with a toaster, right?
Right.
And this thing is very, very rugged. And, it looks strong. How much will this hold?
Well, incidentally, my daughter Juliana's 13 and she weighs 90 pounds, and we stuck her on top of that, and it does not squat.
This is awesome. And it's got doors on both sides, so when you pull your car in, you can get out. Well, that thing fits in there beautifully, doesn't it?
It fits very nice in here. I'm actually very impressed. I love the dual doors on either side, makes it very convenient. And look how wide it is. I could actually fit my truck in here.
Your truck will never be in here, but it's big enough, isn't it?
It's big enough.
And look how
we make
sturdy.
it in all sizes, 14 to
Very
22
sturdy.
feet.
Very nice.
And then we make custom ones too. So whatever you need, we can make it.
And the neat part about the door on both sides is you can drive in and get out, or you can back in and get out, or if you have a passenger. It's a great way to go.
Check out those LED lights. I love the LED lights. It adds a little bit of bling to it, and you're able to make them strobe. If you have friends over, you're having a barbecue, that's cool.
What do you say?
The good thing about the doors is in a standard garage, think about your garage door closing on with that, and you forgot your glasses or your remote, and so you got the side door, or if you need to go in there and service, put on a new part, you want to clean your car, you just go in the side door.
Let's close it up, pressurize it.
Sure.
You can see now that it's all zipped up. That little fan is really pressurized. The thing, you see the roof is lifted up. That's unbelievable from a small fan.
Well, that fan produces a lot of CFMs of air, and once it's fully pressurized, the viewers can't feel it, but the air is leaking out the zipper 24/7, and that's how we develop our air change. Continuous airflow, continuous air change, zero condensation. eliminate condensation, no mold, no mildew, no dust, no rust. The way you put it away is the way you take it out.
That's great. What do you got there?
Well, in case you guys are clumsy like Sam is, I got a patch kit to fill up or patch any holes.
There you go. All right, let's show you how much air comes out of this thing. Got a little streamer here. Ready to go? You can see the air that flows out of this thing. That's from that little fan. That's constantly changing the air. It does a great job. And you know, besides the condensation, you don't get any mold. In interiors, that's a really big thing. Right. So what do you got there?
Well, this is coming out for the fall, and for years customers have asked us, can I use a battery charger in there? And they can. They can run it through the power port in the back. We went one step further because we're in storage solution business. So we have a charger, it's a dual bank charger. It does everything a battery charger does while it's in storage, but the beauty is, remember we said it's a 12-volt fan, you see the lead, it connects directly to the fan. The good thing is, you plug this in, you charge your battery, you run on your fan. You lose the power, it'll run for almost 3 days off a battery with no power, so you get continuous airflow while it's in storage.
That's great.
And it has smart technology to shut down at a certain voltage level so you can still turn your car back on if you had a power outage longer than 3 days.
That's great. I'll tell you what, we're going to unzip this and go in and install this. I can put the charger on that. We're going to take a break, stick around. A lot more coming here at Sam's Garage. This is pretty nice. You want to play with it?
Yeah.
Look at this. Hi, welcome back. You know, I bought this 2015 Chevy Silverado, replaced my diesel, and I sure do miss the power. The first thing I did was I called our friends at Hypertech, told them what I wanted, and they sent me this Max Energy 2.0. This is a program. It does a great job. Now you're probably thinking, what's the big deal? Everybody's been doing programs for a long time. Well, there's a couple things that this thing will do that you may not think about. For example, if you go to larger tires and wheels, you jack your truck up, think about your tire pressure monitoring system. These trucks are very sophisticated. I can promise you. I get in this truck one day and it told me my cell phone battery was low as it was pairing up. So if you put bigger tires and wheels, you've got to set the tire pressure monitoring system's threshold higher. But anyway, you follow the instructions. One of the things you need to do is disarm some of the fuses. They give you a list. If you got OnStar, if you got trailer brakes, and I do have a trailer brake controller, but what I need to do is I've got to take out the trailer brake fuses. They're in the underhood electrical center. I haven't turned the key on. I haven't started the process. I got to get those fuses out. It says, please turn the key to the run position. I'll do that. And you make sure you got everything off. Radio, nothing plugged into your power outlets and so on. Hit OK. It tells you that the Max Energy is reading the VIN. Read the VIN code. What we're going to do is take the factory tune out, store it in here, and then it'll put what we want to put in for a tune. The Max Energy is working away. You don't change it, don't open any doors, don't put any lights on. All right, now I'm making a selection for engine tuning. You can do a rev limiter. You can limit the top speed. You can set this thing to go 50 miles an hour. Great if you got somebody driving the truck and you don't want them to be going real fast. You can select the tire size and change that, even enter the gear ratio. So I'm going to select engine tuning. Now, as you go through and set up all what you're going to put in for tuning, it gives you the opportunity to review changes. You can push this button to change or this button to accept. So my tire size is good. I haven't done a lot of changes. I'm going to keep everything pretty much stock except for the engine tune, and I'm going to program it for obviously power and economy, but to use premium fuel. Hit accept. Do you want to save these tuning options as a preset? And I'm going to say yes. And then use the arrows to enter my name. Okay. I'm just going to get myself a number. Done. Now it's reading diagnostic trouble codes. You don't want to have any trouble codes in it. You want to clear those before you do any programming. Your diagnostic trouble codes, this can read them. You can clear them, and it tells me that there aren't any in this truck, thank God. Do not disturb the programmer or turn the key. It's reading the vehicle now. And those kinds of things are normal. It flashes some things, some bells and whistles will come on. Again, don't open the doors. You just don't want to interrupt the tune because it could lock up on you. Then it tells you the progress. We'll just sit here and watch what happens. Okay, so what it did, if you watch this thing, taking the program out. Then it was writing to the vehicle. Now that it's complete, it tells you the progress the whole way. Now it says, please turn the key off, then press OK to continue. So we turn the ignition switch off, hit OK. It says you please wait 30 seconds. So, and then it counts down. You know, again, one of the neat things about this particular program from Hypertech is that it's safe for towing. They maximize engine efficiency. You don't have to worry about going in with tow mode or detuning. You throw a trailer, as long as you're within the parameters of the vehicle specific, then it's going to work fine, and I like that. Turn the key off, press OK. This is really simple stuff. It tells you we're successful. First time in a row for me. Unsuccessful, unplug it. That's all there is to it. We're ready to go. So when it comes time for a tuner, Hypertech, this is a great way to go. It does a lot for your truck, add some power and economy. We're going to take a break. Stick around, got a lot more coming.
Sam's Garage, presented by ARP, is brought to you by Advertising Edge, the official uniform of the NHRA. By H.E.M. Saw, the saw that cuts straight. By Hedman Performance Group, Hedman Headers, Transdap, and Hamburgers Performance. Quality automotive products since 1954. By ARP, the world leader in fastener technology.
All right, if you got a nice big diesel pickup truck, or maybe something like this diesel Excursion, when you have vehicles like this, you have lots of friends. Hey, help me move, let me use your truck. Well, you know, you let somebody use your diesel, whether it be a passenger car or it be a big truck. They want to do you a favor, they want to fuel it up. If they fuel it wrong, if they put gasoline in a diesel, you can cause a lot of damage. It's very expensive. In fact, it's a multi-billion-dollar business in the United States every year. Here's a little product, it's called Misfuel Alert. Simple to install, got a 5-year battery life. When you open the filler door, you can hear it beep, light flashes, and it says diesel only. That'll get somebody's attention, even if it's your own truck. You're on the cell phone, you're thinking of something, you're distracted, this will remind you. Again, the battery is designed to last 5 years. They're designed in the United States. It's a really neat little product. And of course, you know, cars and trucks, if they get the wrong fuel in them, hopefully they don't start them, but you still have a tow. You got to change filters, drain the tank. Somebody fires up a diesel and the tank is full of gasoline, you get some serious engine damage. So protect yourself. Open the door, the gas filler. If somebody's using your truck, it'll alert them to put diesel fuel only. They come in black and green. They're easy to get. It's got you can program them for different sound warnings and lights. There's nothing to it. When you close it, it resets and it's ready to go. So remember, if you're going to let someone use your truck, make sure you got yourself a misfuel alert on the inside of your filler, so when they decide to return it to you full, they don't mess it up. All right, it's getting real exciting. We're getting close to time here on our 5-liter Ford project. Here's our Easy Run engine test stand. I've got it mounted. You can see right here we've got nice motor mounts. Now this thing's fully adjustable. You can move this any way you want, back and forth. Everything adjusts easy. The neat part is one wrench, a 9/16. I use a 9/16 ratcheting box wrench. These all are components that come with this Easy Run stand. This little wing right here, you can mount a remote oil filter like if you're using an HP8 or something. All the nuts are either cage nuts or welded captured nuts. This is for your multiple spark discharge box or your processor, whatever you want to mount there. This little guy just drops in here, designed to put your timing light. If you use it like that, you got a place to put it. I use it as a coffee cup holder. Got a solenoid mounted starter, got it wired in. Now the Easy Run engine test stand comes with relays, comes with a Ford solenoid. I'll show you how we wired that to make it work with this solenoid. This is another adapter that can go in back here. If you wanted to use an automatic transmission, you just strap it to that, loop the cooler lines, and you're all set to go. So we've got the engine on there, and I've got my cooling system all put together. You can see this thing rolls around in these great casters. You got a decent shop floor. This thing runs around with one hand. And of course, the casters are locking. I want to show you the dashboard. It's got full instrumentation. Here we go. You got a mechanical temperature gauge, a water temp gauge that has what they call a board and tube. That runs right into a fitting on the manifold. We got our oil pressure gauge, which is again mechanical. We've got a tube to hook up to where the center unit goes. Got a voltmeter, tach, switches for the coil power, the fuel pump and the fan, your master switch, starter push button. These are nice heavy duty ignition leads. We've got one for your tach signal, one for your power. And again, the radiator, depending on what configuration you have, you got 4 outlets, so you don't have hoses going all over the place. Now I showed you those long tube headers, and we thought about those for the Falcon, where this is going to go. But I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you, I like these shorty headers from Hedman. These are really well made. Got the bell type collectors with no gaskets, coated inside and out, thick flanges. That's a really nice set of headers, very close. And of course they'll go right up here. And these headers are going to be the clearance I need when I get putting this in the engine compartment of the Falcon. When you put your header bolts in, you want to tighten them up, torque them down as best you can, run the engine. Of course, you got good gaskets there that come with them. Run the engine, get it warm, retorque it. Once you've retorqued it and it cools down, you want to do it again. You get nice headers, it fits in good, going to give us plenty of power, gives us a good sound. So we're getting real close. All I have to do now, I've got comp cam break-in oil in it. Finish up putting the exhaust system together. Next week, we're going to take our time. We're going to put our Phi-Tech electronic fuel injection on it. I'm going to show you how to wire that, how to set it up, where the oxygen sensor goes, where the little processor goes. We'll get all this put together, and then we'll oil up the engine so we don't have a dry start. I've got an air over hydraulic oiler, and we'll be all set. And then that following week, we're going to fire this baby up. Hope you learned something today. We'll see you next time here at Sam's Garage.